We are the most important generation of human beings to ever walk this planet.
Earth First believes that the worldwide environmental crisis is so dire, they must shock the American public, industry, and even mainstream environmentalists with their words and actions.
If I knew I had a fatal disease, I would definitely do something like strap dynamite on myself and take out Glen Canyon Dam. Hey. Which side are you on? 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 Come all of ye earth firsters, and hear this tale I'll tell of how the Forest Service would turn this land to hell. Which side are you on? 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 Well, they're saying Mendocino, no neutrals can there be. You're either an earth firster or you're slaving for LP. Which side are you on? 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 Now have you heard of the welfare ranchers and the beef we subsidize? Giardia will infest the streams and will OD on cow pies. Which side are you on? 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 Don't slave for the timber barons, don't listen to the rapists' lies, but the wilderness ain't got a chance unless we mobilize. Now which side are you on? 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 So come all ye earth firsters, and hear this tale I'll tell of how the Forest Service would turn our land to hell. Which side are you on? 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 Hey, which side are you on? Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Which side are you
That's another one of those Forest Service canteens, whoever owns it.
It's okay. It's okay. We've double-checked that Forest Service canteen. Somebody already erased the label, so it's safe.
I don't dislike the Sierra Club. I despise the Sierra Club. In fact, I hate every leftist, greedy, communist, environmentalist that ever lived! Are any of them here? I hate you all! I hate you. I'd have been out of here by now. Except for my helicopter pilot only has a license to land on buildings. They're too small. Those buildings are way too small. So is everybody a good time here? Everybody have a good day? Enjoy being here?
We waited until you got here.
Down in front. Enjoy being here? I hate it. Look around you. Look at this. All these trees.
It's wonderful, isn't
What a
it?
waste! It's a waste!
Wrong.
Do you know my good friends and business associates at the United States Forest Service told me that every time a tree is cut down, 50 jobs are created. Just think of it. Look around you. We could have thousands of people here cutting down hundreds of trees. We could probably make, 50 family homes out of these trees? 30 if you're in Utah. I like them Mormons. They pump them out. We need more people. Overpopulation, no such thing. More people, more workers. I get to pay lower salaries. More profit for me. In fact, I think I'm going to start a new movement. I'm going to call it Birth First.
Well, good, the bus are gonna come.
No compromise in the defense of mother.
Of Uterus Earth!
Speaking of overpopulation, did you read what that radical Dear Abby wrote the other day? She said, we have two choices. We can increase our death rate or decrease our birth rate. What do y'all think about that?
What's your vote?
Boom! Increase your death.
Oh yeah? I bet she's one of your leaders. Well, listen to me, Abigail Van Buren. Listen to me. It comes in threes. It comes in threes. Edward Abbey, Abby Hoffman, Dear Abby. We'll wipe out all your leaders in 1 month, 1 year. We got Foreman, didn't we? Dave Foreman? He's not here, is he? I wasn't sure. A lot of you men kind of look like him. I first met Foreman a few years ago. I was on a raft trip with my spiritual advisor. You may know him.
James Watt!
James Watt. James Watt.
What?
We were on a raft trip down to Colorado. You probably heard Dave's side of it. Well, James kicked his ass. I'm always going to be grateful to James. He gave me the best definition for wilderness that I've ever had.
3 minutes, asshole.
Wilderness, thanks. Wilderness is the space between my car and the front door. He gave me this great recipe for fried snail darter. And you know how when you eat a weird kind of meat, you say, kind of tastes like chicken? Well, let me tell you something. Fried snail darter kind of tastes like spotted owl. What? All right, I'll get you. Smile! Why, somebody shot me the bird. What's the problem here? You don't like cameras? You don't like cameras? Why is everybody always running around going, focus! 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 And tell me something. What is this shit? I don't see any football. I'll tell you what, you combine this with this. You seen that too? This. And I'll get you a job. You can park my jet.
No thanks.
So y'all having a good time here? Having a good time? Yeah, I heard about the kind of time you're having. That barbecue you had the other night? Tell me something. What kind of sauce goes with stars and stripes? Oh, don't get me wrong, I really like food. Food is a big business for me. Big business. In fact, I don't remember what I was going to say next. Yes? Oh, no.
You're all right.
Oh, it's taken care of. In fact, thanks. In fact, I'm going to make a lot of money soon. I got this contract with the government. I'm going to be storing their nuclear hazardous waste. Little do they know, I'm not going to store it, I'm going to recycle it. I thought that might interest you. I'm going to recycle it. I'm going to put it in shiny little packages. I'm going to sell it on TV with sex, sex, sex. I'm going to make it lemon flavored. People are going to eat it up. You know they will. Look at foodie radiation. Everybody's into it, right? And food is a big part of my life's philosophy. I'd like to share with you if that's okay. Thanks. Life is like a shit sandwich. Because the more bread you have, the less shit you have to eat. Well, listen, okay, you might have got a wrong impression of me. I'm really a nice guy. In fact, I recently hosted a benefit, made thousands of dollars for a very worthy cause. You may have heard of it. It was for Mothers Against Drunk Driving. We had a celebrity demolition derby. Since that one was so successful, I'm going to hold a scrambled egg breakfast for Operation Rescue. Well, I see my chauffeur-driven ORV limousine is pulled in, and I'm going to have to go now. Unless you beg me to stay, but I do have one last thing.
Yeah. Stay.
I have one last thing. It's a little poem I wrote. I thought I'd share with you. I call it the Businessman's Sutra. And you probably know all the words, so go ahead and join right in. Bigger is better. Bigger is better. Produce and consume. Produce and consume. Profits, not people. Profits, not people. Greed is good. Greed is good. Cut the trees. Dig the rocks. Raise the grass. Destroy the earth. Destroy.
Wait a minute! I got one other thing!
Remember, if you don't know business, you don't know dick!
How did that guy get on stage anyway?
Lex, save the Siskiyou. Thank you. All right, here we go. I could be in big trouble. I'd like to share something here. Where were you for the Harmonic Convergence? What did you wear? Did you say the right thing? Were you at Mount Shasta or in Chaco Canyon? Or in your RV and missed the whole thing? Damn, I missed Harmonic Convergence. Were you one of the 144,000? Or one of the ones who didn't make it come true? Thanks a lot! Did you celebrate the age of Aquarius? freak out 'cause you hit age 42. What was your name at the Harmonic Convergence? Was it Sunflower or Moonbeam? Becky or Fred? Becky. Did you stay up all night chanting till morning? Break out your copy of Working Man's Day. I never put it away! Did you go to rebirthing and have nothing happen? Damn, that's embarrassing. Were you mad at your parents for treating you kind? Mom always liked me best. Did you have an out-of-body experience? Or were you just a little out of your mind? Great shrooms, man! Where were you for the Harmonic Convergence? I was in Southern Oregon, man. I was just the right place. It was wonderful. What did you wear? Did you say the right thing? I was back behind the kitchen trying to sneak some caffeine when I met this guy from Santa Cruz doing the same thing. Felt so much better. It's just a joke! A joke! A joke! All right.
No, I don't think I'm gonna do that one. I usually do that one or hippies. What?
You got it on clear cut. Good clear cut your way to heaven.
Wait. What?
You know everything he knows.
Clear cut your way to heaven.
Well, I was gonna.
Come on, clear cut your way to heaven. Very
No,
Hey, you're on my side. Shut up.
Just sounds racist.
All right, all right, I was gonna do sure don't make hippies like they used to. Is that all right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can veto them if you don't want them. I don't got plenty more. And then I'll do some. All right.
It's okay, we know it, don't worry.
It's okay. I'd rather they scream for more than scream
for less.
Can you play solo, and far away? All right, here we go. What are we playing?
I don't know, whatever.
Hippies. No hippies. No. Once there were some hippies living amongst the trees, picking flowers, smoking joints, hair down to their knees. Then one day they woke up to a nasty chainsaw's roar, and a logging crew was cutting down the public land next door. Now our hippies were not happy with Mother Nature going down. So they called their local congressmen and some bureaucrats in town. But our hippies' words weren't heeded, but they swore they would prevail. So they bought some Stanley hammers and some 60-penny nails. No, they sure don't make hippies like they used to. Well, they used to live in peace, but now they're spiking trees. No, they sure don't make hippies like they used to. No, hippies don't take no shit anymore. When the loggers left that evening, the hippies snuck into the woods, and they figured that 500 spikes should fix that forest good. And they poured sand into the crankcase for to get a dozer sick. And they put caltrops on the haul road to make their tires leak a bit. No, they sure don't make hippies like they used to. Well, they used to eat stone on grass, but now they're kicking ass. No, they sure don't make hippies like they used to. No, hippies don't take no shit anymore. The next day, at the work site, the loggers had a big surprise. Their dozer engine seized up, and their tires dropped like flies. But before they could raise a chainsaw, they found this note and cursed, 'cause it read, "No dice, these trees are spiked. Sign love and peace, earth." No, they sure don't make hippies like they used to. Well, they used to speak of peace, but now they practice what they preach. No, they sure don't make hippies like they used to. I tell ya, hippies don't take no shit anymore. I'll tell ya, hippies don't take no shit anymore.
I've been over to those shitters and I've seen how people just take their dump or wipe their ass and the whole mess lays out there for the flies. Bad hygiene. That's when you start having runnies. So use your honey bucket and you'll be safe, and plus you'll make someone's garden even more prosperous than it already is. And this is a recreation of a morning, I think yesterday morning. And I'll start from my wake up and keep watch of what I do and duplicate it in your own lives. Put theory into practice.
We want the real thing, not us.
Okay, I'm asleep.
No, I like this. We want the real thing.
This is sleazy journalism. This is recreation stuff.
Jesus. Oh. The tequila, the drumming, the mad poets. Oh. Oh shit, the kitchen blew over again. No water. Oh. Let's see. Alright, this thing's full of, oh right. I dumped this out first.
Sawdust! Beer sawdust!
What the hell is this picture frame doing here? I might as well sit on it.
Hey, put a little sawdust in the bottom.
Is that a bird call? I see those fucking sawmills are good for something at least. Oh. Where's that copy of the journal? Fuck, it's raining again. Oh, it's a good thing this toilet paper is in a bag, sealed, so it didn't get wet. You know, come to think of it, I hate toilet paper.
Use a journal.
But buy it first!
I find that leaves have a corrugated surface that works a little better to get those little deposits. It's sort of like trying to clean a prune. God, that beer plays hell with your digestive tract. Well, if I don't cover this with something, it's not going to compost correctly. And also the flies might get to it, so I better put some more of this sawdust on it. And completely cover the fecal matter. There, now that that's done, I'll take this rime and cover the seat. And then I'll take this rubber band and I'll hold it up. God damn it! Now to make extra safe, I'll put this picture frame back on it. Then I'll put the lid back on it in case it rains. But see, this rime keeps the air going in there. That way you have an aerobic system, which means it'll decompose properly and won't just rot.
How about a rock on top for the wind? He's not done yet. Right.
Just right.
Anyway, you know, most of my stuff isn't really like sing-along caliber, and for that I ask your forgiveness, because it should be a community experience, but that's just not the way my muse hands it to me. But anyway, this one's a sing-along. This one's a real sing-along, and it's a lot of fun. And it's called Keeping My Wigglies. Now some men talk to women about undying love. Some men preach to women about a great God above. And reluctance to bear children really makes these peckers frown. So they legislate the will of God and shut the clinics down. Well, I agree that abortion is wrong. That's the reason I sing this song. Why should any baby have to go such a nasty gyp? But when you make motherhood a duty, then the sisters get unruly. But we can stop abortion, men, Get it? Snipped! I'm keeping my wigglies to myself. I'm keeping my wigglies to myself. So when it comes to loving, there'll be nothing in your oven. I'm keeping my wigglies to myself. I'm keeping my wigglies to myself. I'm keeping my wigglies to myself. And I love you, fertile woman, but those babies just keep coming. So I'm keeping my wigglies to myself. Now some men go into politics to rule the nation state. Some men go to the mountaintop to pray and meditate. But me, I'm going down to see a doctor of urology and say, hey doc, put my balls on the plate. Yes, I'm keeping my wigglies to myself. I'm keeping my wigglies to myself. So when it comes to loving, there'll be nothing in your oven. I'm keeping my wigglies to myself. I'm keeping my wigglies to myself. I'm keeping my wigglies to myself. And I love you, fertile woman, but those babies just keep coming. So I'm keeping my wigglies to myself. Now some men join the army to play in the killing fields. Some men go down to the auto shop to buy a new set of mag wheels. I guess they figure that makes them some kind of hero. But I'm going down to Planned Parenthood, yes. There's a sister on the other side of the desk who smiles at me and says, you're one big zero. I'm keeping my wigglies to myself. I'm keeping my wigglies to myself. So when it comes to loving, there'll be nothing in your oven. I'm keeping my wigglies to myself. I'm keeping my wigglies to myself. I'm keeping my wigglies to myself. And I love you, fertile woman, but those babies just keep coming. And I'm keeping my wigglies to myself. Oh. Yeah!
Okay, I have a number of poems, most of them short, and the advantages about short poems is that if they're bad, they're just bad for a short time. This is about a feeling. I've lived overseas in what's called the third world for about 6 years, and this is a feeling that I've had. And I have a daughter and a son. I have a lovely adopted daughter who's on her own now, and my son who's here. And I've thought that it's actually maybe worse for us when those of us with children that we're responsible for, when we see what's happening on the planet, because we have to look toward our children. We have to justify it to our children. And so this is a feeling I've had when I've traveled in the third world. This is called, I have seen children dying. Thin fingers reaching for me, cracked lips, bare ribs, wet eyes, arms like small dead branches, with palms open wide. Whatever I give them will not make a difference. Sometimes I don't even try. For I have seen children dying in Haiti, Bangladesh, Tanzania. I have seen children dying in El Salvador, Tangier, Kenya. And okay, I guess it would be better if they just weren't there at all. But they are. And okay, I guess there are too many. I agree. But every time I look into their eyes, I see my daughter's and son's eyes. I do. And I just cannot take it. I just cannot take looking into those children's eyes.
And it comes from the Illinois River in the Kalmiopsis Wilderness. And this place is the most beautiful place I've ever been in my life.
Wow.
And it's incredible. But I don't know what else to say except for I'll sing you the song.
Yeah.
The prettiest jewel I've ever seen is the wind on the river shimmering. The prettiest jewel I've ever seen is the wind on the river shimmering. Oh, Illinois, you bless me with your graceful winding waters. And I stand here on this mountainside, feeling at peace in my whole being. And I don't want no rubies or diamonds, and I don't want no gold or silver, but I'll feast my eyes on that jewel, the prettiest jewel I've ever seen is the wind on the river shimmering. The prettiest jewel I've ever seen is the wind on the river shimmering. Come all you sisters from around the world, lovers of rubies and lovers of diamonds. Come all you human beings, women and men, lovers of gold and of silver. Come and feast your eyes on that jewel, the prettiest jewel I've ever seen is the wind on the river shimmering. The prettiest jewel I've ever seen is the wind on the river shimmering. The prettiest jewel I've ever seen is the wind on the river shimmering. And I feast my eyes on that jewel, the prettiest jewel I've ever seen is the wind on the river shimmering. Thank you so much.
Earth First activists say the salt and herbicides they dumped here will slowly kill the plants and ruin the experiment. But today, company officials tried to limit the damage by washing the plants off with sprinklers. They say if the vandalism continues, they may be forced to try their experiments overseas.
But members of Earth First say it doesn't matter where the experiments are conducted, if frostban is tested in Australia or Italy. Activists say they'll go there to try to disrupt the experiments. In Brentwood, Randy Shandeville for the 10 o'clock news.
If the damage to these strawberry plants isn't too extensive and the corrective measures work, then Advanced Genetic Sciences could be ready as early as Friday or Monday to try the testing again. But repeated resistance to the frostban testing could force the company to take the experiments out of the state or even out of the country. Australia is one place that they're looking at. But the environmental activists say they have people in Australia and they'll try the same kinds of tactics there. In Brentwood, Carolyn Tyler, Channel 7 News.